Welcome to the Land Your Bet Sports Betting Show. 3 NBA games here on Tuesday. Really small slate. Going to be a weird week with Thanksgiving, obviously. We're going to be running through the looks that I have in these 3 games here. Going to be taking a look at the matchup data, the insights. We'll take a look at the Swishland model as well. That's up on landyourbets.com for all those who want to check it out. And then we'll run through exactly how we did on Monday night as well. So if that all sounds good, give this video a like. Let's get right into it. Like I said, going to be running through the model as we go through these plays here for Tuesday. This is up on landyourbets.com. Just going to be able to search through everything nice and easy here, because thanks to my boy Swish, who has all the projections up nice and neat here. You can sort by team, you can sort by minutes, points, opponent, player specifically, or just an all catch-all search. So really, really nice way to be able to sort through minutes projections, points, assists, rebounds, and threes. That's what we have up there. And then, of course, PropsMadness, the #1 tool for research data as of right now, across the way. Use code LYB if you're interested in signing up for this platform. That'll get you 25% off your first month. You can use all these great advanced filters and everything else that helps me find these plays each and every day that I'm looking in the NBA. Let's kick it off with the first game we're talking about, which is the Hawks and the Wizards. Keyshawn George is questionable, and then the rook Trey Johnson is out for this team. So we got to keep an eye on Keyshawn George. He's got some beatable numbers. It's a tough matchup against Atlanta, who is going to not be missing really anybody. I don't believe anybody of substance here is going to be out. Luke Kennard's questionable, and then obviously Trey. We know Trey is out, I say, without substance. I didn't mean Trey. I just meant Trey is been out, so I didn't mention him. But the key here for me and what I'm looking at when I get to my notes in this one, starting with the Hawks, it's really mostly the Hawks, because I need to know what's going to happen with Keyshawn. If Keyshawn George was out and we get 17.5 points for Alex Sarr, I do like that against the Hawks. I still think he's going to be able to score on Kristaps, who's starting, maybe some threes. He's not going to want to come out and guard him on the threes, and he has been taking a few of them here. Took 6 in the game against the Bulls, 3, 5. Yeah, this is a couple that I was like a 5, 4, 5. So he if he's taking 5 and I get like plus 164 for him to hit 2 against Kristaps, I think he might be good for 6 attempts even from 3, because Kristaps doesn't want to come out there and guard him. I just think the shots are really going to be there for him in this game if there's no Keyshawn George. He took 18, I believe, against the Bulls. Yeah, 18 in just 28 minutes, and I think he's probably good for low to mid 30s when you consider that also Marvin Bagley is going to be out in this one for the Wizards. So like Alex Sarr, that's the only really Wizards bet I like. But like I was saying as I was getting to the Hawks here, I think Jalen Johnson is good for at 22.5. Even with the guys that are going to be healthy, including Kristaps and Onyeka in this game, I still think he's good for the 22, and like I'd be looking at just like 22 and 10, some form of that combination, because the board should be there as well. You get everything you want against Washington. This Atlanta team has not been blowing teams out. Other than that 17-point win against New Orleans, they have not been blowing teams out as of late. Only winning by 2. The biggest win was 10 points against the Jazz in the previous like 5 games before they got to the big win against the Pelicans. So I think that Jalen Johnson should be out there for enough minutes to get this like 22 and 10. But the points, they were as high as 25.5 in this last game. Is that the closing line, I believe, was 24.5. But they've been high enough that you should expect him to continue to score in, let's say, a game that stays within 10 to 15 points. It's a 10.5 point spread right now. You can't just assume this is going to be a wild blowout for Atlanta. They have not been blowing teams out. So that I do like him. And then the other guy I like in this one is Reece Shea, mostly because I think that the minutes are going to be there for him. 10.5 is just too low. We've hit a point in the market where even if he's playing 23 minutes, which is about what he's been playing since he came back from that little injury, he was in the mid 20s for the most part, averaging about 26, 27. Then he's come back down to like here 22, 23, and 21. Even if he plays at 22, 23 minutes, this 10.5 is too low. And it's gotten this low because it's going to keep going down as he fails to get over 10.5 points, right? But now we've gotten to this buy low spot where the market's just made it too low at 10.5. If you get 10.5 tomorrow, which I would assume people bet this up to 11.5. But if you get 10.5, this is definitely a play for me. Even 11.5 in an easy matchup after this dude has had 3 bad games in a row come back from injury. Really nice get right spot for him. I think he gets the minutes back up to about 25, 26, and we see him get enough shots in this game against an easy opponent to get over 10.5. So look for that 10.5 number. But even at 11.5, anything at minus 115 or better, I still think is a playable number because of the matchup, especially for him. And one little sneaky look that I have for Atlanta too is I kind of like the threes for Onyeka. In this one, he's been taking a lot more. He took 7 last game against the Hornets, 5 against the Spurs, 7 against the Pistons, 9 against the Suns. And the Suns are a team that defensively, even though they're way better than the Wizards, they don't have much down low in terms of like Mark Williams is now hurt, hasn't really been playing that much anyway. Not the best rim protector. Nick Richards is even playing. After that, you got Iguodala and like Ryan Dunn as, I guess, your rim protectors, Royce O'Neal. Like, there's not much there, right? So I do think that that's a similar look to a team that doesn't have a rim protector in the Wizards. It's definitely not Alex Starr. If it'd be Marvin Bagley, would be a better rim protector. He's probably not even going to be playing in this game. So Onyeka, to get not just rim protector, but overall defensive center is really what I'm trying to get at. And I think the threes are still a good look for Onyeka because of the attempts and the plus money that we get right now for him to hit 2. I wouldn't take this at like 1.5 minus 120. I would take this at like even money or better because of the attempts that I think will be there. This is a good beatable number with the odds. That's really what I like the most for him. But if the threes aren't there, still think like the 14, even the PR for Onyeka, just because Kristaps is playing in this game doesn't mean Onyeka is not going to be good for, 25, 26. If we look at the games that he's played with Kristaps, Porzingis, and again, I do like the threes bet for him at plus money no matter what, but the PR, even at 22.5, I thought this was 21.5. This came back up to 22.5. 21.5 would be an awesome number, but even 22.5, just because he's playing with Kristaps, I don't think it's bad, especially in this matchup. And if this game gets out of control at all, and it does get to like 15, 20 points in the third quarter, I think Onyeka gets more minutes than Kristaps at that point, who they're happy to keep rested. So that's the best looks I have for this game, which is not an awesome game. But let's move down real quick. There's not much I have for this one because there's so much going on. We are probably going to see Maxey, but we've got Joel questionable. Paul George being back just messes things up. And I do think Quentin Grimes probably gets a few more minutes because VJ Edgecombe is out. But I don't know right now. It's just a mess with that rotation. And honestly, the same can be said for this Magic squad because we know Franz and Desmond Bane are getting theirs. They're probably priced correctly. I don't really want to touch these high numbers for them, even on like the PRA or anything. And Suggs finally got up to 17.5 points, and that was our best look. And then I do not want to mess with De Silva, Black, Wendell Carter. I don't want to mess with who's going to do well. They're all hovering around the same number because it's the best look for. They're all fairly priced. But I do think there's one more thing here. I know I'm rushing through, but I do want to get to this Lakers and Clippers game. This is the one I definitely have the most for. So if we're talking about the Lakers to start, we've got no DeAndre Ayton. I love LeBron out there as sort of like center LeBron, but also just pick up the pace LeBron, run the transition. The assists, we've all been talking about point LeBron. If we're getting 7.5 in this one at plus even money, plus money, I love that. Like 6.5 would be such a great number, but 7.5 for plus money is still going to be a bet for me. I think he's still going to be out there for the mid 30s. I think they love beating the Clippers, crosstown rival, whatever you want to call it. But I do think he's going to be out there for the minutes that allows us to get the assists. Looking at 12 potentials and 20 potentials, but he's setting guys up really easily. Playing without DeAndre Ayton is going to mean a little bit more availability for people to get to the rim, more driving lanes for guys. That's going to be LeBron's style play. And there's really nobody that I like to be able to guard him. Like, we're probably going to see John Collins starting on him. That's nothing. And Kawhi, they never put on him. So I do like LeBron to get the dimes, playing that sort of small ball center, even if he's not still facilitator, point center, small ball, whatever you want to call it. I like that for him. And then because we've got no real center for the Lakers at this point, I think Zubac is just going to absolutely dominate. This just came up, so he's at 10.5. I love that for the boards. I think like 15 and 12, 20 and 12, that kind of game for Zubac is going to be what we see here. And the boards are just going to be something that he does for sure. Like, there's just nobody to get the boards against him in this one. So I'm going to keep this really simple. Those are my looks right now. Obviously, I'm going to have whatever I have in the VIP. That is something that you can check out. I'll just go through real quick what we saw here on Monday. Not a great game. A couple things I just want to run through them with you because I did learn some stuff. I do not trust the Mavericks anymore. There's just a ton of guys coming in out of the rotation. I thought even with Brandon Williams, we'd see D'Lo still get good minutes. His minutes went to Ryan Nembhard. I still feel right. I knew that there was going to be guys coming off the bench in this matchup that was going to be against the Heat, that was fast-paced, where there was going to be some assists to be had. Ryan Nembhard had 8 assists off the bench. He took 17 minutes from D'Lo, who I projected to be playing in the mid-20s. He played 10. Because those minutes went to Ryan Nembhard. I didn't have any intel to help me get there with that. I spent a unit and a half to learn that I'm not betting on the Mavericks anymore. That's what I learned. Jalen Tyson, God bless you. I also wanted to talk about this one because I love the fact that he did not hit for us 2 days ago because he got 3 fouls really quick. And now we came back the next day and I was like, man, it was 17.5 PRA. He was in the starting lineup 2 days ago. And I hit it, and then he got 3 fouls and didn't get it, right? And now it's like I was scared to come back at the 20.5 because it's three higher, and I just lost to him. You can't be scared of that. We lost for a reason. That was an anomaly. You can't assume he's going to get 3 fouls in the first half all the time. He kept his hands to himself. He ended up with like 31 PRA. So that was a nice lesson there. And Zach Edey, another lesson is CLV don't matter. And we got CLV because we got this bet in before the news came out that Edey was off his minutes limit, and then he played 6 minutes because he got hurt. this is how betting goes, man. Like, I'm happy with these looks. Edey was going to be a smash because this double got down to like even money for him once we got the tweet from one of the beat reporters that there was no more of a minutes limit for Zach Edey. This looked amazing, and then we lost out on it. So we're still up on the season because we have had a couple big nights. We are up about 2.5 units right now, so still trucking along, feeling good about where we're at. Going to keep moving, I promise. But if you do want to jump in and get a free month and try out everything that we've got here, the link in the descriptions that we have to Novig. Click on that, sign up for Novig, use code LYB. That'll get you all the bonus bets. And we're also happy to get you a free month of access to these projections, to all the bets I'm putting down. Just sign up using code LYB and then email us, support@landyourbets.com. Just email us and say, hey, signed up for Novig using your code. Would love to check everything out up on the site. If you can give me access, we're happy to get that all for you. So that is all the time I have for you guys in this one, though. Definitely make sure to subscribe to the channel. We're going to be coming back all week. Nate's got you on NFL, and I'll be back with NBA each and every day that we've got it. So until I see y'all next, happy betting.